home. But if you're not home, does it really matter where you are? For a detailed report, let's go to the woods.
No summer is complete without an overnight. So when the boys were notified that the time had come, the first stop was at the council's room to retrieve their flashlights and other objects. When they were done packing and the truck was loaded, it was time to board the buses and head to Limbo Lake Park for the overnight. When we arrived at the site, all went in the direction of the area. Some needed help from friends. Others finally used their heads. There was barely enough time to put down your bags before it was time to put up the tents, or in some cases, attempt to create a tent. Having a tent is not all that's needed for an overnight. Wood is a major component, so it's off to the woods. If you find a log too heavy for one, quickly run for backup to fetch it despite its size. And if you're not the log type of guy, twigs are also needed. There's no having too many twigs. All were engrossed in making their fire possible, whatever it takes. Well, not all. There was one that made sure not to be in the way. When all was said and done, the kids were looking for things to do. How about converting a minivan to a 15-passenger? Those that had tents had what to do. Those that didn't went to the food area, not to eat, but to watch it being prepared, as if they weren't hungry. Guys, you hungry?
Very, very?
Very, very.
What do you want to eat?
I'm
very hungry.
Very hungry.
Don't say that too serious.
I'm always hungry.
I understand you're hungry, but how about davening Meir before eating? And once you're davening, might as well have kavanah. Now you're ready to wash up and wait online to obtain scrumptious food from the dedicated staff, which do everything with a smile. Once you had the food, that made you smile. Now you may get into your food. Not like that. Yeah, like that. For some, even seconds wasn't enough.
Triples is coming up right now! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Let's get started! Buddy?
Adi didn't want to tell us if the meal was filling, but he did send us a before and after picture. When benching was completed, it was time to light the fires. Once they got the fire going, they got him going. There was a great competition as to who had the largest fire.
I don't know what other people say, but I know that our fire was the best fire.
Yeah!
And not only that, we started from scratch by 2 sticks. That's what we started it from. And that's what pure nature is. That's what, welcome to the wilderness. Wilderness, right?
When the fire went down, the young voices went up in song, singing some beautiful melodies as the dean came around to share some drinks with the boys. Let's see if we can get someone to share his thoughts about what an overnight is.
Sitting around a fire, singing songs, hearing stories, staying up all night, and having a blast.
The word good is accurate in describing how this overnight was going. Does that mean everyone had a good feeling going to sleep?
No, that just gotta make you feel good. That's gotta make you feel good going to sleep, knowing that you're gonna wake up in like 3 hours. The kid's gonna come complaining that he needs a Band-Aid. Then 2 hours later, you're gonna be chasing them around for the minion. What? They're gonna come to me so I can send them to Machai because they need a Band-Aid. And then we go tubing, and then we have to gather up all our things and threaten the kids if they don't clean up. Then they're gonna miss the next trip. That doesn't make you feel good. Going to sleep and knowing you have to wake up in 3 hours, that makes you feel good.
Now it's bedtime, or whatever. It was time to sleep, wherever you feel comfortable. When the sun came up, so did the heads, as one began his day as a Hasidic Bacher should, and everybody was up and moving. Ari, how was your night's sleep?
Who told you I slept 3 hours?
3 hours would be good.
I didn't sleep 3 hours, that's a lie.
3 hours would be
To sum it up, how was last night?
But Baruch Hashem, very successful. Now I need a bed.
Before anything else happens, we must daven shachris. And only then should we think about what's being served for breakfast. Once you see the breakfast, will that make you smile? Or will you just be too into it? All of the proceeding was only leading up to the tubing trip. Was it fun? Was it cold? Watch Azi Duchman's reaction for an idea how cold the water was. But the boys kept on going and going. Do these kids ever run out of energy? I guess you can get tired of having fun. And that's the overnight review for YSP News.
We are uncertain if the stars are out during the overnight. They were all shining for the All-Star game.